So, we have a standings update here as of 7/30/23. There were 6 games in the WNBA on Sunday. And where the Minnesotans beat the Connecticut Sun on the road, E73. And hence, we're 13-13 now, about 500, and the Sun are 18-7. The Mystics fall the 12-13 and 14-11 for the Dream. But the Mystics have some hurt players. She Austin and Lane Dillon are hurt. You got a few injuries for the Mystics here. For the Dream. Abby Myers did not play. You have a short bench. They're playing Brittany Sykes. They're playing these players like short minutes. You have a few bench players that they're playing. But you know what I mean? You have no Christy Tower. You have no Christy Tower. You have no you really have no Elena and Shakira Austin. So you're really getting 3 good players. And Christy Tower is kind of near the end of her career, kind of. She's kind of influx, but she's still a good, solid player, role player. She could be at least. So, and you have the Fever are not the Fever they were used to be. Which is surprising. But Raceburg had nothing in this game. I'm surprised Seahawks. But July just took over in this game. It's pretty much what happened in this game. And Esme was really good defensively. You know what I mean? This team plays the roles well. The Sky beat the Phoenix 104-86. Not surprising there. And the Liberty beat the Spurs E16, just barely though. And the Aces beat the Wings 104-91. The Aces are 23-2. And the Wings are 14-1. And you have 4 on Wednesday here. And you have Connecticut rematch on Tuesday in Eastman. Phoenix and Indiana on what? Yeah, Phoenix and Indiana on Tuesday. And you have Liberty and Spurs, and you have Dream and MT rematch. You have Aces and Pips. And you have Dallas and Sale and Seaspring. And you have Atlanta and Phoenix on Prime Video. Yeah, and then you have appointment viewing on Iron Friday and Thursday. So you have Prime Video singular or doubleheader. Either singular or doubleheader. And Iron Man reunion the regional base. But anyways, here's the standings. What team. So we have the Aces at 23-2 are really, really dominant. Have only had a couple of losses, and they had one loss, and it's the Aces one with injury. And then there was a loss to I lost to someone else here. Aces did lose in the regular season here as well. They lost to the Sun. That one game by 20, by 15-20. They just weren't they were just weren't really in that game too much. And then and the Dallas game, they were close. It was just that injuries for a bit that they have without Cass Parker, no Connor Williams, No, and you're still playing well, so. I mean, as you see, like this, you still played 17 minutes. You have Kirsten Bell with 11 minutes. Kayla George played a good 5 minutes. Played 5 minutes. Played in the second quarter somewhat. And yeah. You have 11, another one, 11 player rotation. You're still playing well, really well actually. Despite having no Roquan and no which is who is a good celebrator, but is off the team due to domestic abuse and like assault issues. I don't, you know that in your life. I can understand that. Liberty are 19-6, still playing well, but they can end up losing. They lost to the Lynx. And they've been losing, like, play close against Seattle, just like, you know what I mean? They've been playing close, like, they lost to Dallas, which Dallas is good though, on the 19th, but look at this, they lost, like, they lost, like, they lost the Lynx, which they probably should beat the Lynx at home. So, and yeah, so, the Sun are good, they've just been, like, they lost them, good Minnesota team has been on the upswing. They've been really solid. They've been playing with solid teams, Last time they're 6-4, which is a little bit rougher than they want to be, And they actually had a cushion against them, the Liberty. And they just kind of, those 4 losses, kind of just blew it, honestly. Wins are just 7-3, and they're not a upswing. They've been playing really well as late. Really, really well. Before they were about 500. And same as Dream, they were about 500. And I've been really solid teams, which is kind of surprising for the Wings. And the Wings were, I think they were, I want to say they were 3, was it the 3-6? I think it was the 3-6, yeah. I believe it was a 3-6 matchup where they played them last year. And so they're still improving. And the Dream have not made the playoffs in a while. And it will be interesting, Dallas and Atlanta. Wings and Dream. Actually, see how they stack up. I can actually see the Dream and the Wing, or the Wings and the Dream, both in that 4 or 5. Why? I can see the Dream and the Wings in that 4 or 5 matchup. Pretty evenly matched up. The Lynx are 13-13. They're kind of struggling here and there. They have struggled at times, lately, but when they've been clicking, they're like unstoppable. So it's just, like they're stoppable, but then they're not the same token, And they can, they're kind of like a frustrating team. Like they play well, good, and then they'll like, what I mean? A good team will expose, and then they'll be out for a little bit. And then they'll be like, back, figuring it out. So, but if they're not a good team playing a good, and then and like I was saying before, the Mystics, The Mystics, a lot of those teams have been struggling lately. Like, they've been struggling. They've worth Shahir Austin. They were playing really well. With him, and with, Maynard and Kishover, and the whole team, their starting 5 was actually really solid. Starting 5. Like, this game. Here they had no Chrissy Tolliver. They had no, they have their starting 5 probably like Tiana. Probably Shatori, like Tiana Hawkins, probably. Or Brittany Sykes would probably be a starter. They had Tasha Cloud, they had Natasha Cloud, they had Christy Tolliver, you know what I mean, or maybe Shatori, you know what I mean, they had like a good starting five. Like Lane Dawn, like Shakira Austin, they had a good starting five. But their starting five was just like, ooh. You know, their starting five was like, ooh. No, it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up starting five. I mean, they still a good starting five, but they're, like, they have a good, solid, like, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. With, like, Hawkins and Walker Kimber, a good 6 and 7. Misha Hines, a good 8. I mean, but they already don't have a good 8, so they're kind of relying on, like a makeshift, like, starting 5th player in a lineup that's, like, yeah, so it's kind of, yeah. They're the Sky. I mean, the Sky are okay, but I mean they're playing okay now, 4 and 6. But they just had a lot of turnover with their coach, you know, and their coaches like James Wade. Now they're playing okay, better. But with this starting five, they're not really. I'm getting like this starting five. They're really not getting like any time. Like, barely, when I have playing time, like 25 minutes a game. I mean, 28, 30 minutes a game. Play 25, 30 minutes a game for a starting five. Which is good, getting some of their bench, you know, getting some good playing time for them. But they're not really super consistent. But like, they're not super consistent though. You know, if they were more consistent, like more better, and they need to play Rebecca Gardner more. Like, she was like solid her first season. I mean, it's kind of like criminal. How she's like criminally undervalued this season. It's like, really, why don't they play her? Like, come on. I mean, everyone found out about her, but how good she was. But come on, she could still play like really impactful. The Sparks. The Sparks are like a team that's kind of like on the downswing. I mean, they're okay. They were really actually good to start the year. They were 9 and 7. They were like about 500 to start. About 500. Actually, they were 7 and 8 to start the year. So it was before this 10 stretch team. So they're actually really good. Now they're actually pretty solid. Like 70 for them is pretty solid. Almost 500. But now there's like. So I mean, they could still make the playoffs as the 8th seed, but I mean maybe as 8, but I don't know. Phoenix. I don't see Phoenix making the 8 this year. I don't. I mean, as you see him, Griner is out for personal reasons. I mean, and then Griner is out for injury. And so is Diane Taurasi out for injury. She's been playing well. Diane Taurasi's been playing better now. As of late. So that's a good solid thing. Good, you know. They've actually been playing really solid, you know, like Cunningham's been playing well. She's like scrappy on defense. She's like a lockdown defender. She's pretty good on that. I don't really see her score, but she's good on the lockdown defense. So this Turner is that's what she's known for. Her defense more so. Like lockdown defense, like Megan Gustafson. She's pretty like underrated, you know. And you know, she's like pretty underrated. So so she really actually is. You know. And yeah. Megan Gustafson is like really good actually. I just don't understand why she's not like on like she doesn't like last in so many things. She gets like traded a lot. She's on like Washington, now she's on Phoenix. You know? Like she doesn't really stick with teams. Like, well, I don't know why. I mean, I would gladly have her on like on my team. You know, she's playing for the team you're dreaming of, or if you're like a GM or a coach or something, I would gladly have her on my team. You know, like she's pretty versatile, can play like, you know, and do pretty well on the offensive end. Especially Dog Reiner, she gets her shine, and she actually does. Like you know, she's like a really, really solid player. Like Mariah Jefferson is more of like a, like not like a huge scorer, but she's more like a defensive player, and more like a assist like rebounder type player. And I mean, Murray is playing really well lately, and that's a nice little touch, you know, for Phoenix. You know, I like that. I don't think they're gonna be super competitive, but I think, you know, like this year is more of a year where like, do you start fresh? Like, do you get rid of Reiner? Like, no, I don't think so. I mean, I think what you do with Phoenix is you keep Reiner. Like, this year's kind of like a last, like, all hurrah for Tazi. They got her like 10,000th career point in the WNBA. And then either after she gets her 10,000th career point in the WNBA, then the WNBA, she either retires, you know, right after that game, or after she gets her 10,000th point, she just calls it quits in her career and just, you know, announces that she's going to be retiring. And then the fanfare, you know, will come this year in the game. Like, they'll get, like I mean, they won't have as much of a crowd now because, you know, their team is less of a crowd you're going to have at games. But, you know, but I could do that, and their fanfare goes up because it's just either a last home game or, you know what I mean? But, you know, I could see that. And then, let's see, the Fever. The Fever have been really disappointing lately. I just don't know, see it, because they played well against Washington 1. And they played well against New York. Played well against Dallas. Played well against Washington, they lost that one. Played well against Minnesota, even they lost. Played well against Chicago, even they lost. Played well against... I mean, they didn't play well against Phoenix, but played well against the Aces. Both teams, I mean. Beat the Storm. You know. They played against Atlanta. They were playing really well. If we're up huge such games, just like barely won or like couldn't pull it through. Just and now they're just like a little bit of a struggle. Like playing in Los Angeles. The first game they did okay, but against New Liberty, I mean that's not surprising, but still a little bit is. They're not keeping it really ultra close. I mean, but the game against Sparks, yeah, they should have probably won. They could have won that one. The Sparks' second game was like, but the game against like against the Storm is like I mean, Storm are 12th. I mean, yeah, you could see Leah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell played well. I mean, but after that, Eric Wheeler got 5 assists, Kelsey Mitchell got 5 assists. Like after that, I mean, it's just kind of like well. I mean, it's like, like, you know, it's just like, you know, I mean, they just didn't show up though. So is this like a little off-put game? Like a one-off game? Or is this hopefully not? You know what I mean? Hopefully this is like a one-off game for these players. Remember Kelsey, which was 7 for 20. Lexi Hall is 0 for 4. Your is 4 for 10. Which is not bad, but it's not amazing. Mrs. Smith was out. Griesberger was 0-1. Didn't really get nothing really going. That's just kind of disappointing game. It really is. Seattle played pretty well defensively. Esme Magmore was a defensive stopper. She was that day. Gabby Williams is more of an assistant receiver. Defense, she's good too. Team was a good rebounder. Her sister, she's been playing well. Dorset was really late till 7-11. These team knows their roles, and they were actually playing really well today. So, so, what do I think now? So there's 4 each. 5 out of the East, and 3 out of the West. There could be 4 and 4 still. But who do I think is going to win the Who do I think is going to win the championship? Who are making the playoffs? I think Vegas is going to be the one still. I don't see really Vegas losing at all, really. They're undefeated at home. That's both times on the road. I just don't see them losing at all, really. I see them just being very, very dominant all this whole season. They have been. And almost unbeatable. Except the one game against the Wings, that was injury prone. But the one game against the Sun, they looked a little out of shape, but pretty much most of the game they looked pretty solid. Fears. Even the one game with injuries. Satu was playing the first half of that game. Second half, they were kind of Satu, but. And then the Liberty, I see the Liberty are kind of struggling a little bit here and there. They show up, but then sometimes you don't show up. You know what I mean? And they have those, same with the Sun. They have the losses that are kind of scratchers. Say against the Lynx. Lynx have been playing better lately, but they've been playing better now. They're okay. But it's just that, you know what I mean? And the Liberty, 19-6. And the Lynx and the Dream are actually pretty solid. They've been playing pretty well as of late. So I'm impressed by them. They've been playing really well, and I expect them to be in that 4-5 range. I expect the East is probably seeing that 1 range. The Liberty and the Sun is seeing that 2-3 range. They could flip flop, the Wings and the Dream. They could flip flop the 4 or 5. The 4 or 5, depending on win season series or something like that. Yeah, and you know what I mean? That's gonna be a playoff series on the first round. That could go 3 games if the Wings and the Dream play. I could easily stack 1-3 in their series. The Mint Lynx with 6. Yeah. I could see Lynx being 6. I don't think they're gonna fall to 7. Depending on when Shakira Austin comes back, when Crystal Berlin Dolan, when they start to get more of their healthier players back. At least one of them players back. At least 1 to 3 back. Then there'll be more Ness actually did win without Nafisa Collier for a week. She's been out for 7-10 days, or she's been out for, so it's that's even more impressive. Mystics, if they need basically one, they can win games, but they're still competitive the way with their team roster now, just to be they have a chance of like to have like a better, like more. They just want the 3 to have a more complete team. Win games, actually finish the games, like and finish them with a win. You know what I mean? The Sky and the Sparks. I think the Sky and the Sparks, could just stay where they are at, but it's kind of struggle. But get the 8 and 9. Just fight for the 8 and 9. Phoenix, I don't see them making the playoffs this year. I think it's just more weird where Diana Taurasi gets her 10,000 point, like I said, and retires. In Fever, they have a beatable team. They have a winnable schedule of winnable games. It's just that, like, they're kind of a funk now. From it's they're 1 and 9. They're a little bit of funk. And they're they're like close losses, like losses where they're kind of getting out of the rhythm of like close games, being in a lot of close games and losing, and just winning, squeak one out here and there. Like there was really close, like one little thing here, one little thing there they need to work on, and then they would be like like really really good, The Storm. I just don't see the Storm making the playoffs at all. I think this is more like a rebuilding year, where they play well, where they start to play well. I mean, maybe they make the playoffs, but I see them more as a rebuilding year. Where you work through the draft. Like you get like someone like Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, like Haley Van Lift. Like you get some of these top stars out of college. You get that's gonna go like top 3 or top, in the draft, or maybe top 4. Someone that's gonna go like top 4. That's gonna be like a huge game changer. Like maybe you get like Angel Reese, like Haley Van Lift, Caitlin Clark, and you get like Paige Beckers. You get like a player like that. That's like gonna be like an impact at the next level, and you get someone that's like really solid player and can actually be dominant at the next level, and play well. I mean, maybe ZZ Fudd gonna come, or is this player, is that player? It's just like who's just gonna be like you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's all it is. I think. But we'll see on that one, and maybe Indiana's good, but it could also be a year where Indiana makes the playoffs, but they're, you know what I mean, or secretly Christie side's tanking. Like they have a team that could win, but they're secretly tanking. I don't know. Like these tanking, like they don't want teams to tank, or they're secretly tanking. I don't know. I mean, that would kind of be genius though if they are secretly taking the Fever. Because I actually, you know what I mean? Because I think Fever are actually, what I mean? Because especially if they got Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, even with like injury, someone good, like someone like really good. And I don't know about, like someone that's really good going in the next draft. I'm like, I'll look this up. Like, who's gonna go top 4 in this draft? My draft, like, you still got Cameron Brink. You got Angel Reed. Cameron Brink could be good center. Let's see. There's someone with like lines like I went to. picks every single player in the draft. There's an NBA draft room now. And I mean, you have Keelan Clark, yeah, Angel Reese, Paige Buckers, Ely Edwards, yeah, you got her. You got Hayman, Theodore Kelly. I mean, you still got like a good solid pick like Keelan Clark, Angel Reese, Paige Buckers, Cameron Brent. Like, see, like these teams could actually stack. You know, you got like the Mystics. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Mystics actually could get you know, just because like the Lynx could actually make the playoffs this year, but still be like still get someone. You know, like that's like a lottery pick just because they were like kind of poor last year. Same with the Dream. That's like kind of scary, you know. You know, I mean, if the Dream and the Lynx actually, um, that would be very interesting if like they base the last two seasons, and they actually get like second, like anywhere in the lottery, like top four, like second or third, or you know somewhere in the top four. Like that would be scary, you know. Like to have a team that's already solid, or two teams are solid teams. You know, to get the lottery picks, it's like scary almost. You know what I mean? Like, it is almost scary. Like, you know, you got Keelan Clark, you got Cameron Brent, you have Andrews, Olivia Miles, you have Kia Jackson, you got Paige Beckers, you got Lee Edwards, you got, like, good solid players. Like, you know, like, these 2024 and 2025 draft picks. You know, you got, like, really solid players, but even the 2024 draft picks. You know, you still got like really solid players like Keelan Clark. You got Cameron Brink. You still got like Paige Beckers, Lee Edwards, Kia Jackson. You got Camila Cardoso. You got like Angel Reese. You got like Jordan Amor, J.C. Sheldon. You have Celeste Taylor. You got like really solid players in the 2024 draft. Like Keelan Clark. You know, like these are top picks. Like Keelan Clark, like Angel Reese, like you got Paige Beckers, Cameron Brink, Lee Edwards, Haley Van Lith. You got like top six. You got six players that are solid players. You know what I mean? And that you could benefit. I mean, the Fevers don't need a center. They could use like a good forward or guard or something like that. Cameron Clark, Angel Reese, Paige Beckers, something like. I mean, Paige Beckers is kind of injury prone, so I don't know about that. But they could take like some solid player. And even be more scary, like Minnesota. Like if the Minnesota Dream actually took like a solid, like a really solid, um player and still made the playoffs, like that would be like, you know, that would be like I would actually, if I'm in like the Lynx franchise, or like, I mean, you know what I'm saying, like the Lynx franchise or the Dream franchise, or the coaches and players and GMs and all that stuff. Like I mean, I know the players aren't, you know what I mean, the players and coaches and all that kind of play to win.
But it's kind of also in the back of your mind. It's like the players are gonna play to win, show what they got, and because what I mean. They're gonna show up, but show up and show out every game, the best they can, the best of their abilities. But um, like secretly, I think secretly the best case scenario would be actually for these teams like the Lynx and the Dream is to actually get a top 4 lottery pick, top 4 pick in the draft for both those teams, and actually make the playoffs. Like that would be scary, if the Dream happened to make it to semifinals or the Lynx made the semifinals. You know what I mean? They actually win the first round game and actually the quarterfinal, which is the first round, and they actually won that series. They went to semifinals, the second round, the semifinals, second round. In the playoffs, they possibly could those two teams, and and still make the lottery. Because I know it's based off regular season, because for every team, so it's fair. But that would be insane, to make the playoffs with winning records and stuff, and still make the lottery. That would be crazy, crazy. To think that they were lottery team, and they made playoffs and they're still in the lottery, which is insane, So, and then here you got Ali Edwards, Haley Van Lith, Asia Kelly. You got Georgia Amor, Diamond Johnson. It's kind of I don't know too much about Diamond Johnson, but that's a sleeper pick right there. That's kind of a sleeper, like Crystal Dangerfield sleeper who's 5'5", kind of a sleeper pick, honestly. But got her, make a top 9, get drafted. Emily Ryan. Yeah, not really surprised. Obviously, it's turned out some decent sets of good teams lately. We've had Sarah Andrews from Baylor. Another sleeper pick right there. Nika Mule, who is really solid pick. And, she's going to go number 12, so possibly. You got Mira McLean, Nelson Scott. I don't know too much about her, but or Mira McLean or some of these players. I don't know too much ton about these players, all these, but she's kind of a sleeper. Madison Scott, Mira McLean, Ilka Lee, really solid. Yeah, Camille Cardoso, really solid. Pick. Yeah, this Utsby. She's pretty good. Young Gaston. I don't know too much about her, but Lexi Narski, no surprise there. Yvonne Allen Gonzaga. No surprise there. Tracy Walker. Washington State, yeah, her push in the NCAA in the conference tournament in the NCAA, that game. Really in her little short stint in NCAA tournament. Really, I think helped her out. Maddie Westbelt, yeah, she's improving. Slowly moving up the draft. I don't think she's gonna be very go crazy high because of the stack. They have the stacked top part of the draft. It's pretty stacked, but I could see her being one of those underrated pickups. Undervalued, underappreciated pickups like that. Dorky Uhas. She's a Dorky Uhas kind of in this year's draft type. How her career's gonna be, I think. But she's gonna be underpicked. I think she could be a sleeper pick. Honestly, because she's an amazing player. She is. She just is. She's been showing out every single day in games. Every single game you see, watch her. She's amazing. But and she takes no playoff, no days off. In games. In practices and games. And you can see that from her. I mean, she's gonna be like underappreciated. Like some of those players that's like not. I mean, people know her, but she's not like as well known. I mean, she's still well known in the college work game. She's not like as well known. But I think players, people are gonna start recognizing her as like once they see her as like an underappreciated pick like Dorky was. She was a kind of like second round pick, and it's like the fit. Like Dorky has found a perfect fit, and it's gonna be like someone like Maddie Westbelt is gonna get picked underappreciated that pick. The team that picks her, she's gonna find a good fit like right away, and a team that knows how to play her well, knows how to use her to her advantage. And if she, I think she will. And just like fit right in, play well. Kenny Todd Williams don't know about her. Tina Papo don't know about that. Like these other picks, yeah. Some of these could go up and down depending on the draft board. I mean, you still got like Sheely Gonzalez. Yeah, he's really solid too. Like her going to Texas, I think really helped her, and her using her COVID year. I think that would really help her out. She was good at BYU, yes, and if she played all 4 years at BYU, went straight to WNBA, yeah, she'd be like a good third rounder, I think. And now this going over to Texas and playing in like the Big 12, the extra year in the Big 12, I think that would really help her out. Yeah, I think she's underappreciated. Yeah, Jazz Shelley. She's like really good. She is like really good. Jazz Shelley. And cause I've seen her play when she plays like, especially when she's playing against like these top matchups that they've been having on like like Fox, like and like stuff on the Big Ten Network. I mean, they've been having like a Saturday scheme on like Fox early in the day. They've been having like one of those schemes. And she's been like underappreciated. She really is. You got Sydney Parrish, Asa Tennessee, South Florida. Yeah, so they like these mid majors, South Florida. So can pick some good players. Skylar Van. Genesis Bryant, you got Rodea Cook, don't know nothing about her. Massively, don't really know about her. P. Foreman, not really familiar, not too familiar with her. Lauren Jensen Green, yeah, she's been, yeah. I mean, that's kind of like a sleeper pick, but I could see it. Maybe Sue, or Shu. I'm not really sure pronounce her last name, but from Columbia. Yeah, I've seen her playing Columbia play, like, especially in like the WNIT and that tournament and stuff like that. Like she was like really good in WNIT, or like the Columbia was. She was like a vital piece to that team, and they were of her zone. Yeah, so she's been like really solid. Yeah, so I mean this draft is like stacked though. 2024, especially at the top, is like really stacked. 2025 can be really stacked though too. If you see like 2024, 2025 top 10 prospects depending on COVID years and stuff like that. Olivia Miles, you got Rakia Jackson. You know, Heath Beckers could still be in Lee Edwards. Injuries, yeah. This is Kitley. Could still be a first round pick, yeah. So could have like Rakia Jackson, which he really didn't play. Sheldon went to Iowa State for a top 5 year. She wanted to like play her full 4 years. Yeah, Clemia Curl. So that's like, you play at South Carolina race sack team, right, in college, like, and you're starting on like a WNBA, like players are like you could start, but you're even someone's even better than you, and you're already like amazing. Like that's like impressive. Like you know, yeah. But that's even in the WNBA like that. You know, you're like really good player. And I mean, you're like really talented. You're still on the bench, man. Like it's just a smidge better than you. It's like wow. You know, I mean, it's like wow. I mean, like you know what I mean. Like some of these teams, like you have, you know what I mean. It's like you're already impressed. You're already really good as it is. I mean, you got somebody that's even better than you. Like wow. Like so, it's like really impressive. You know.